G-Money, if you're David Dow's lawyer right now, what are you thinking?
Money, 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 money.
Let's run the fast break. And thanks for joining us here on the fast break. Chill Rob here running it with G-Money. We call him G-Money because he's an accountant. How you doing today, G-Money?
Doing just swell.
My goodness, we don't have to show you the video. You've seen it. We don't need to tell you the story. You've heard it. But if you're David Dow's lawyer, my goodness, how much money is this man going to walk away with?
If I had to put a ballpark number on it, I would have to say a total of, and I think this is reasonable, $10 million.
10 million? What? Where in the world? Hold on. That's got to be a joke. I mean,
No,
how do you come up with 10 mil?
Look, it's gone viral now. Everybody is rooting for this guy. I mean, he has to come out with the most that he can. I think he's going to sue United and as well as Chicago, the Chicago City Police Department, or the Chicago City of Aviation, whatever, Aviation Police. So, I mean, I think that's reasonable. $10 million is reasonable. I think they basically knocked him unconscious. He could have passed away from this incident.
Whoa! Okay,
he's a 69-year-old man, man. When they slammed his face into an armrest and he got knocked out, I mean, his life was in danger, basically.
Well, he did get a severe concussion, and when you're that age, I guess you do break a lot of things easy. But that's a little. I was thinking like maybe $500,000. I mean,
no, that's
six
not enough.
figures.
That's not enough for what they did to him. I mean, they basically assaulted him. They did assault him. I mean, when you assault somebody like that without reason, unlawfully, you deserve to get basically whatever is coming to you.
He's got the money to fight back. He's a doctor. His wife's in medicine. Apparently, like 4 out of 5 kids are doctors too. If they just ran into someone who was in a bad spot, all right, we'll give you a 6-figure check. We'll settle. This goes away forever. That's fine. But boy, they ran into they randomly picked the wrong guy here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's why he's going to get a lot more than a normal, a poor person would get, basically. I mean, he's got a lot of money. The lawyer knows what he's doing. Obviously, he's not going to hire some cheap lawyer. So United's going to get the book thrown at him, as well as Chicago Aviation. So that's how I come up with this 10 million. I think 10 million is a reasonable amount.
All right, let's role play. I think that's crazy. Let's role play real quick. Do you want to be David Dow?
I don't want to get knocked out, though.
No. This is afterwards. I'm the lawyer calling you on the phone afterwards. You're gonna be David Dow's son. All right, here we go. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Dr. Dow's son?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Leonardo de Silverstein. I represent United Airlines. We're with the legal team here. How are you doing today, sir?
Not so good. Your airline knocked my dad out on an airplane.
Yes, we would like to continually, profusely apologize for our reaccommodations. We also did not mean for the scorpion to drop on someone's head, but that's actually my next call. But let's stick with this for a moment. I called because we would like to offer you a very generous 6-figure settlement, all medical expenses. $500,000 in cold hard cash. We will pay your legal fees in exchange for a non-disclosure settlement. We will not speak about it, and neither will you for the rest of time. What do you think?
No deal.
I can throw an $800 voucher on top of that. What do you think?
My dad didn't take the $800 voucher before. He's not gonna take the $800 right now. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer, who's sitting right next to me, and we're gonna take you to the cleaners, whether you like it or not. So I won't take less than $10 million.
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that just yet, sir. Let me talk to my manager real quick. Hold on. Okay, I am authorized to offer you a $1,000 voucher on top of what we're offering. What do you think?
You have to go as high as 1350 to make me actually think about it.
Oh, my face fell off for a second. Sorry.
First of all, the CEO came out and did not apologize initially, so your words basically mean nothing. You're just trying to cover your you know what. So
I do know.
Right now,
I do know the original statement said your dad, quote unquote, fell. I would like to apologize on behalf of anyone who released it.
I believe that was Chicago Aviation Police. So are you speaking on their behalf as well?
Yes, I'm representing both. So you know what? $500,000 apiece. I'm giving you $1 million to walk away from this.
Look, I would talk to my lawyer and discuss this with him. But as far as I'm concerned, we're gonna get as much as possible, as much out of you as possible. So
no, sir. Sir, 1 million. You have 10 seconds. Take it or leave it. $1 million. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Hello, sir. Thor, are you there, sir?
If I don't take it, are you gonna drag me out and beat me up?
If you don't take it, then we're going all the way. We're not offering you anything this high anymore. Yeah, 4 seconds, sir. 3, 2, 1.
Well, I guess time's up. So goodbye.
Wow. So you would actually turn down $1 million if you were David Dow's family.
I would turn down $1 million because the lawyer is not going to settle for $1 million. I don't think David Dow's lawyer is going to settle for $1 million. He basically said in that press conference that David Dow is going to be the poster child for something like this. Now, would the poster child just settle for $1 million and walk away? No, he's going to want to get as much money as possible from United, basically clean them out if that's what it takes.
Well, here's one point that irritates me when people say, oh, nothing's going to change. You're still going to fly United. United's not going to go bankrupt. Yeah, their stocks dropped, but it bounced back. I mean, I don't see why it's either United goes bankrupt or you lose. I mean, you've already won. Because of this, United has already said, new policy, police will no longer board our planes to remove people. Although, let's say a situation comes up where someone doesn't want to leave. What are they going to do? Get a flight attendant to do it? So I don't know how they're going to stick to that policy should that situation arise.
Yeah, and they're going to get the pilot to do it.
Yeah, and this might be a PR move. I don't know. But Delta has come out and said, we are willing to go up to 10 Gs pretty much to get people off. Although I don't think it'll ever go that high. Plus, you add on top of that, if for some reason, this will never happen. But if United goes bankrupt, that's even worse. Because then you have one less airline competing in an already pretty almost monopolistic industry. It is not good for us if United goes bankrupt. So it irritates me when people say nothing's going to change, nothing's going to happen. United still wins. They're not going to lose, and it upsets me.
I really don't think anything's going to change. I think United is still going to operate with the same policy they've been operating now. They're not going to call police to physically remove people. Yes, that's true, but still not going to solve the whole problem started with an overbooking situation. That means it wasn't really an overbooking situation, but they had too many people that needed to get on the plane. So they're not going to stop overbooking. So if they don't stop overbooking, the situation is going to arise again and again and again. And look, who's to say in the future something like this doesn't happen again? It might not be as this physical, but it's still going to the policy still stands where if United overbooks, somebody has to step off.
There were like 8 steps along the way, which this could have been ended differently, and they just missed each one. All they had to do was offer a little bit more money, then you wouldn't have to call the cops, and the cops are in a bad spot because if the guy doesn't want to leave, what are you going to do? Why not just randomly choose someone else? And I thought they said you're not supposed to break up families when you randomly choose, but I don't think his wife was one of the people chosen. So I don't get what they were doing. And on top of that, they said he initially volunteered to go, but because the next flight, it wasn't a couple hours later. It was like the next day in the afternoon. He said, "Oh, I can't do that late, so I'm sorry, I can't volunteer anymore."
I don't know but the CEO did say that they followed the flight attendant followed all procedures in that circumstance.
That's what got me too. First off, the CEO had to swing 3 times before he made any contact with the ball with those statements. And one of the statements was essentially saying there are lessons to learn from this. But if you read the rest of the statement, it said we followed all procedures. We had no choice but to call police. And I'm reading it going, all right, you're saying you want to learn lessons, but where's the freaking lesson here? It was just what a debacle on every level.
First 2 times, he basically blamed David Dow for being belligerent, I believe was the word, and irate. So if you look, and I did see a video that the lady behind him was filming moments before the physical altercation took place. And David Dow was on his phone, probably talking to United Airlines, explaining, hey, I'm a physician. I need to be somewhere tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And he just waved his arm saying, I'm not going. That's it. I mean, is that really being belligerent and irate?
Well, if you were aviation police, how would you have handled it? You get a call, hey, we need this guy off the plane. How would you have handled it if you were aviation police? And this guy clearly is not going to go. And he's saying, if you want to get me out, you have to drag me out, which is kind of what they did.
Well, they called in one guy, and the one guy couldn't get him to leave. So they called in another guy. The other guy couldn't get him to leave. So they called a third guy, and the third guy physically removed him. So if you continue down that path, they have to call more and more aviation police, I guess, trying to coerce them to get out of the seat.
But how would you do it? Let's say I'm the passenger. I'm just sitting here, and I'm not going anywhere. And I'm telling you, I'm not going anywhere. You're going to have to pick me up, kicking and screaming, and haul me off. What do you? Is that what you're going to do at the end?
If I'm aviation police, at that point, if I'm handling the situation, I would tell United, hey, look, you have to find another way. We can't coerce this guy off the plane. United they have to offer more money. That's the only reason. That's the only way. I mean, if you offer them 1,000, maybe 1,200, 1,300, somebody, I believe, at least one other person would have volunteered. They just needed one person to get off the plane, right? The other 3 already got off before Dr. Dow. So he was the 4th person. He didn't want to move. So if you offered somebody more money, at least one other person would have taken it and got off the plane, and everybody would have been happy.
I don't know if you just chalk it up to inexperience, but I don't get why that step, wasn't part of the procedure. And in the statement, the CEO actually says we offered up to $1,000, but no one on the plane even knew about it. I heard the 2 things I read were some passengers thought 400, some thought 800. I did not read a single thing about any passengers knowing it was $1,000. But you would think 1,000 ballpark, give or take a little bit, would have done the trick. How greedy or cheap do you have to be to not want to just up it a little bit more? Well, do they just not have that kind of cash on board? I mean, it's a voucher.
It's a voucher. It's not even cash. So, I mean, they wanted to save, what, $200, $300, but they ended up costing the airline a lot more than that. So I hope it was worth it if you're United. But I would have gone, if it took $1,350, take $1,350. $1,350 for United Airlines is nothing. It's nothing. So I don't understand why they couldn't go as high as that. Maybe the crew or the pilot didn't know what the maximum is. I don't understand. But they should have known that that's the maximum you can offer. So offer the max. See what happens.
There has to be better plan. There has to be better. And actually, you know what? Honestly, I'm surprised $800 didn't do the trick. I'm surprised out of a flight of 100-some people, there wasn't more people who did not need to rush back to Louisville, Kentucky. No offense to Louisville, Kentucky. But I'm surprised there weren't more people that said, oh, no, 800, I got to get me back to Kentucky. I can't do that. I'm a little surprised 800 didn't do the trick.
Maybe I don't maybe people were just tired and sick of it. I believe that flight was delayed twice already. So maybe people was like, take us home now. I don't want to deal with any of this. I don't want to deal with my luggage. I don't want to deal with like checking in again and all that stuff that you have to go through for security. So maybe they were just done with that stuff, and maybe they were just ready to go home.
I did read some articles about, they were saying David Dow might have been targeted because he was Asian. Now, I'm definitely not going that far. I don't care if he was white, black, Hispanic. The same thing probably would have happened. I don't think race played a factor in this. Do you?
You know, I have to read up to see whether the other three people that were picked were also Asian. I'm getting
Well,
reports
look, if
that
all
maybe
four
they
people
were.
picked were Asian, then I think we got a problem here. But I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
if that was the case, then yes, he was picked because he was Asian. If that wasn't the case, then I would have to agree that, hey, look, he was picked just randomly because now, according to them, randomly means whether you paid the cheapest ticket or something like that. I mean, when you board, I believe is one of the criteria for picking you. So it's not exactly random. They have a list. Like if you're on the lowest of the totem pole, you get picked first. That's the way it goes. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
it
guess
wasn't
that
random.
was lower.
No one from first class was getting booted off this flight. I mean, so when they say random, that's just cockamamie poo poo. I mean, that deserves like a. I mean, random. I mean, that it was we will randomly choose you based on 4 clear defining factors. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so if you had to put a percentage blame, because we like numbers here, what percent blame goes to David Dow for not just simply complying? What percent blame goes to United Airlines? And what percent blame goes to aviation police? Because if they just dragged them off kicking and screaming instead of unfortunately knocking him out, getting him concussed and knocking his teeth out, we probably wouldn't be talking about this right now.
Yeah, it's just more horrific than anybody imagined. But if I had to put a percentage on this, United would get probably 50% of the blame. And
how many? I didn't hear it. You cut out for a sec.
50%. Chicago Aviation Department would probably get 49.9999999% of the blame. And David Dow will probably be 0.01111111% because he didn't comply. So David Dow will probably get 0.00001.
Yeah, I don't get why they didn't just randomly pick someone else. I mean, if you have a legit reason that you could verify, I mean, you could look him up real quick, see, all right, this guy's a legit doctor. He's telling the truth. Let's just pick someone else because it's not random anyway. So shoot, why not just grab someone else? I'm sure you heard somehow a scorpion dropped from the overhead bin, bit a guy in the head as he was eating his airplane food. And actually I heard him on CNN say him or his wife or someone on the plane pulled out a phone and started Googling, like, what do you do about a scorpion bite? Because they weren't really sure.
Well, this is just piling it on. I mean, I think United has had some serious bad luck as of late. I mean, it seems like everybody's piling on United. But I think they also bring it on themselves also. So can't feel too bad for them. But the scorpion thing, I think that was just bad luck. I think somebody didn't secure the scorpion right. And for some reason he got loose.
Who would have thought those words would be necessary? Say, Johnny, secure the scorpion.
Yeah, I don't understand why a scorpion can ride with regular human beings on the plane. I thought they were like a separate compartment just for those type of insects or animals and stuff like that. But apparently, any animal can be on the plane right next to you.
Well, this will be a long, interesting saga unless they offer a whole lot of money up front to kill it. I mean, if you're United, why don't you? You're definitely not going to court over this. You don't want to. You're not going to go through a suit. You're going to try to settle as soon as possible. I mean, you hate to say it, but you call the Brinks truck, you back it up to his house, and just let him go to town.
Like you said, how much is enough though? You can offer him $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. How much is enough? How much is David Dow gonna take?
I'm thinking 6 figures still, but you want 10 mil.
I think 10 million is a reasonable number.
All right, that does it for us on the Fast Break. Leave your questions or comments on the section below. We want to know, if you're David Dow, how much money do you want? I would take 6 figures to go. G Money wants 10 million. Let us know what you think. We'll catch you next time right here on the Fast Break. Peace.